Welcome to Kern 9000's Horror House.
A lot of the world of horror has come from some basis in reality, so I thought as my videos on cannibal films have been popular, I'd make a video about cannibalism in real life. So let's begin by asking, what does human meat taste like? Well, I wouldn't know as I'm not a cannibal. But how have cannibals answered this question when asked? Well, Essie Sagawa, a cannibal from Japan, claims it is gamey and odourless, while Armin Maiwies, a cannibal from Germany, claims that it's pretty much like pork but slightly stronger and bitter. While cannibals from Polynesia also claim that human meat tastes much like pork. Because so many cannibals claim that the taste of human flesh is like pork, human meat is often referred to as long pig. When a lot of people think about cannibals, it's not one-off guys in Japan or Germany that they're thinking about. Most of the time they're probably thinking about various tribes out in the middle of nowhere. However, if you want to hear about a whole load of cannibalism, you could do a lot worse than to look to the Soviet Union. An author called Timothy Snyder wrote a book called Bloodlands, and in this book he goes on to describe how the 1933 Stalin-imposed famine in the Ukraine was so severe that it led to cannibalism becoming surprisingly prevalent. The state had to set up an anti-cannibalism squad, and this squad led to hundreds of people being accused of eating their neighbours or their family members. It reminds me of the Billy Connolly joke about how if I ate someone you didn't like and you ate someone I didn't like, and the whole world did this, then the problem of world hunger would be halved overnight. Cannibalism is often seen as one of those things that other more primitive savage people did, either in the very distant past or in undeveloped countries, but cannibalism was a feature of early American history too. In 2013, archaeologists revealed that they'd found evidence of cannibalism in colonial Jamestown, an indication of just how desperate early colonial life had been. Specifically, they discovered markings on the skull of a 14-year-old girl that strongly indicated she'd been eaten by settlers during the particularly difficult winter of 1609. I guess this just goes to show that the old saying, any civilization is just 2 meals away from anarchy, has some truth to it. So hunger can drive people to cannibalism, but that's not always the case. Essie Sagawa ate his classmate while he was in Paris simply because he wanted to eat someone, which in itself sounds weird enough, but Armin Maiwies from Germany actually ate a person who was willing and in fact wanted to be eaten. And while I would call the desire to want to eat human flesh crazy, wanting to be on someone's platter has to rank as being double nuts with a side order of sprinkles. Apparently Armin ate about 20 kilograms of flesh from the willing person's body. Apparently the taste of human flesh, however, depends on a number of factors such as gender, the person's age, with it being thought that the younger the victim, the more tender the meat is, and also the part of the body eaten, and of course, the method of cooking used. If you're looking for more of the stereotypical sort of thing that people imagine when they think about cannibalism, the sort of thing shown in the old video nasties, then we can turn to a tribe known as Fore in Papua New Guinea, who engaged in cannibalism. However, in the 1950s, some of the tribal people were diagnosed with the disease known as kuru. Kuru in human beings is the same as mad cow disease, which is found in cows. And kuru kills you as it is a degenerative and incurable disease with symptoms which include slurred speech, hysterical laughter, the inability to swallow, and tremors. Kuru is spread by eating the brain of dead people. It's in the brain where the infected killer protein sits. The protein is known as prion. The Fore people used to ritualistically eat everything of their dead, including the flesh, the bones, brains, muscles, and even feces. They engaged in this practice of cannibalism because they believed that it is the only way of keeping the souls of the dead close to them. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little factual video on cannibalism, and it gives you a little food for thought. Keep on watching those scary movies, boys and ghouls.